Always be kind. You don't know what other people has been going through or is struggling with right now. So if you can bring your colleague a cup of coffee or hold the door for someone or just give them a smile, that is how we can change the world. Always be kind. Hi my sweet friends, and welcome to the Soul of a Knitter. My name is Anneli, and on this channel I share how I try to live with intention a slow and simple life in the south of Sweden, and at the same time trying to make it as a knitwear designer. So if you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So glad to have you here. So this is a knitting podcast. You can find me on Instagram at anneli.tomasson and on Ravelry as Anneli Tomasson, and I will link to that below. So what am I wearing? This is a pattern that I released last spring. Not the best time for a thick woolly sweater, but well, I did it. So it's more suitable now when it's starting to get cold. At least where I live in Sweden. So this is, as I said, Korax Sweater, and this is an all-over colorwork sweater. I knitted this in svensk ull 3-ply from Järbo. As I said, all-over colorwork. That means that it is a thick sweater because you have these floats on the inside, so it creates this double layered fabric. So I'm having a cup of tea with me today. I hope you have something nice to drink. I have not one, not two, but 3 finished objects. And it's quite funny because I have always said that green is my favorite color. And I was looking at my Ravelry page this morning actually, and I found out that the last 5 patterns that I have released, I have used turquoise in 3 of them. So that was a little shocking. It's not that I've always liked turquoise, but I didn't think that I used it that much. But in the last 5 patterns, I have used turquoise in 3 of them. And I did use it in this too, my first finished object. This is a shawl, Birka Shawl. When I did my Ringrostig Sweater, that is the last pattern that I released, I got the yarn, the contrast color yarn from Spin Cycle yarn, and I got 2 skeins left over, so I made this shawl. So now it's blocked and it's finished, and so this is the turquoise yarn is, let me just grab this yarn, dyed in the wool from Spin Cycle yarns, and the colorway is Something Wicked. And I have held that together with Rauma Finull in this dark brown. And this is the color 422. So I have knitted this, and I was I was mailing with Spin Cycle, and we decided that I should also do this in a thicker yarn. So they are sending me their yarn Dream State. I have wool in my mouth. Is it Dream State? Well, they have the same yarn as Dyed in the Wool, but in a thicker. I think it's Dream State. Says. Oh, I should have checked this. I know this, but now I am getting confused. But I think it's Dream State. So they are sending me some yarn to make a thicker version of this too. So I'm not gonna test knit this quite yet because I'm waiting for that yarn, and I will make a thicker one before I can see that it is working with the same pattern. So this is what it looks like. You have these stripes and you have the dots, and you end up with this, you can't see it, but this is a rib. Maybe there we go. So, and I love the high contrast, low contrast thing that is going on with this colorway. So that's the first finished object. I have used needle 3.75 for this 1 millimeters, and that is US 5. I have a cheat sheet. So that was the first finished object. Then I think I have everything so far away that. So I did need some. First of all, I was at this knitting event 2 weeks ago, 1.5 weeks ago, called Knitting for Life, or Sticka för livet in Swedish. And that was a event for the pink ribbon, breast cancer, and it was this lovely event where we were like 80 knitters listening to some lectures, and we were eating great food and just hanging out together, and we got this goodie bag. And in this goodie bag, Järbo Garn, which is a Swedish yarn brand, they gifted this Alpe, and this is a wool yarn, 50 gram is 100 meters. So when we all got this in the pink color, because it was the pink ribbon, and I really needed some fingerless mittens to use when I am out walking my dog. So I knitted just these plain fingerless mittens with the yarn. So I used it right away, and that is great. So this is no pattern. I just made. I will show you, because I am working on a fingerless mitten pattern. So I used the same one, but I didn't do it. I only made this in stockinette because I just needed them quickly. So yeah. But the pattern I am working on is this Fjärilsvingar fingerless mittens. And this is what they look like. So it's stockinette on this side, and on this side we have this. I don't know if you can see it correctly because of the lighting. Maybe you can see like this. So I made the right one, and I was happy with it, but almost happy because I wanted it to be a little longer. So the left one I made as I wanted it to be. So I have made notes this time, because last time I showed you one. I did, but I didn't make any notes. This time I made notes, so I will write down the pattern. I will knit one more set of mittens just to check everything, and then I will do a test call. But I think it will take a week or two before I do that. So this will be Fjärilsvingar Mittens, and this is this summer I released Fjärilsvingar Sweater. So this is the same pattern. This one I have used yarn that I had in my stash. So this is a fingering sock yarn, yak sock, undyed. So I have used this double. And then I had some also yak sock. This is from an advent calendar. So this is what I have left from the pink. So this is dyed on this base. So I use this as a contrast color on the ribbon. This one is, as it says, a yak sock yarn from Fru Valborg. She is no longer dyeing yarn, so this is not available. But this is 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. So I have held that double to make a DK weight. So yeah. So that was my 3 finished objects. In my last podcast I talked about green and mean. I have actually decided that it will be named green and mean, this sweater. I still haven't knitted the sleeve, I mean, but I would just want to say that the test knit is on, but I still would like more testers, especially in the smallest and larger sizes. So if you are interested, please head over to my Instagram account. Find the last picture with this sweater on, and you can find all the information you need for the test knit. But I can tell you that if you have This is the sweater's finished bust circumference. So if you want a finished bust circumference of 81 centimeters, that is 32 inches. If you want to test it and you want that size, please head over to my Instagram account. Or if you want a bust circumference between 131 and 158 centimeters, and that is 51.5 to 62 inches. Finished bust circumference of the sweater. So head over to my Instagram account and send me a message, because I would love more testers. So yes, I have a couple of works in progress. I will start with this one. This is a sweater I am doing in a collaboration with a Swedish yarn brand called Avelsås. They are doing this. They have this project where they want to take care of Swedish wool. So this is their logo, and they asked me to design a sweater, so I'm just showing a little bit because they don't want me to show the whole sweater until it's released, so I'm just gonna show it like this. But I want to also show you, because this is Gotland wool, 75% Gotland wool and 25% Jämtland wool, and Jämtland is also a Swedish sheep, what do you call it, sheep breed. So, but look at this. Let's see if I can make it show, because it almost looks like I'm having mohair with it, but I'm not. It's this yarn. It's so gorgeous. And they hand dyed all the yarn. So yeah, I'm gonna show it just like this. Wait. So I'm working on that one, and I started during the summer, I think. I started this Brianna's long-sleeved version. Brianna, this is a pattern that I released this summer called Brianna's T, but in the pattern you get the instruction to do a long-sleeved version as well. And I have gotten this far. And I'm using an alpaca yarn, which is quite slippery to do color work, but you have to be a little careful. I think it looks very wonky right now, but I hope that will look a lot better when I block it. But this is Brianna's T. The yarn that I am using, let's see if I can find because this was yarn that I had in my stash. This is Baby Alpaca from Imagine Wool. So this is what it looks like. This pattern is already released, as I said. If you are new at color work, I will just say that there are, I think it's like 6 rounds where you use 3 colors at the same time, just so you know. But it's only, I think, six rounds or 8. Well, it's a couple of rounds here where you use 3 colors in the same round. Just so you know. I have also started a new sweater project, but that is not going to be a pattern. My youngest son, you know, he's this punk, rock, emo musician, and he wants all his clothes is like black, red, gray, a little bit of white maybe. So I asked him, because I had a lot of scraps or single skeins of these colors that I didn't know what to do with. So I asked him, can I do this like scrappy sweater for you? And he was, yeah, I would love that. So I started to make these yarn balls like this, where I used the same colors. I took a little bit of red and a little bit of this white or gray or dark gray, or you know, and I did these balls, and now I'm just knitting a sweater with it. So I am using the pattern No Frills Sweater by Petite Knit, just to make this sweater, and this is how far I am right now. I think I should have made smaller bits of the yarn, but it was quite, I don't know the word, but it was a little bit boring. So I think I made a little too long versions or portions of the same color. So it's getting more striped than I would want it to be, but well, it is what it is. So this is yarn, this white gray dotted yarn is a yarn that I have dyed myself a long time ago. And the other ones is just, you know, I had some DK gray, black, red. I didn't have that much black, so but I think it will show anyway. So I have not split for sleeves yet, or separate for sleeves. I have just, you know, tied it together, because there is this scrap yarn queen, Danish woman named Lake Bagga. I have talked about her before in this podcast, because she says that, you know, she has this technique of tying the yarn together, and she says it will hold as long as it's not a slippery yarn. And this is just no superwash yarn that I have used here. So I have just made these knots, and you know, this should be a rock and roll sweater for him. So I don't mind if the knots is poking out, or you can push them in on the inside, but I think with movement they probably should pop out again. So, but I think that's fine. I think that's part of the scrappy look. So yeah. So this is No Frills Sweater by Petite Knit, and it's a raglan sweater. Maybe I can't, it's not showing that well here, but it's a raglan sweater, no frills, as I said. So this is what I am using. So yeah, I have one more whip, but it's almost not worth mentioning because I have just cast this on this morning actually. So this is how far I got. But I don't have. I only have a store-bought headband, and that's okay. I think it's nice. I have had it for many years, and I like it. But as a knitter, it is a little, you know, you want to have your handmade stuff, and I am using headband quite a lot when I'm walking my dog. So I thought, well, why shouldn't I just knit one? You know, I'm always overthinking when I'm gonna do something, but now I would just knit one and just use that. So I had one skein of this yarn Snefnugg from Kamarose, eller Kamarose. And that is a blow yarn, 55% baby alpaca, 35% organic cotton, and 10% fine merino wool. And this is the color 7885 dark green. So I had this one skein, and I thought, I don't know what to use this for, so why not make a headband? So I cast it on 32 stitches on needle 5.5 millimeters, that is US 9. And I'm knitting in the round. And I'm gonna knit until it is a band that goes around my head, and then I will do this knot where you sew them together like this, and then you take them. Well, I can't show it. I will show when it's finished. But you fold the headband, and then you sew them together, and it makes this knot looking like you have a little knot in your forehead, or maybe if you want to have a plain, you can have that knot in the back. So yes, I have started that one. I think this will be a really warm headband because it's a thick yarn. But well, we will see. So, and that was everything that I wanted to show you today. I hope that you will have a lovely day, take care of your loved ones, and enjoy the outside. Bye bye.